All right, Unc. So, Devin Haney wins by unanimous decision against Vasily Lomachenko. Got a lot of people hollering robbery, robbery, robbery. How could this be? Devin Haney, they gifted him the decision. Lomachenko won 8-4. I didn't heard 10-2. I didn't heard 7-5. What's your thoughts on it?
Um, it's too many novice people watching boxing.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many people that have preconditioned uh, how they figure this fight's supposed to be. You got too many people that like certain different styles. We live in an aggressive, we live in an aggressive era
Okay.
when boxing is a science.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like a painter. You wait till the painter finishes.
Mm-hmm.
You wait till he puts his stamp on something. So what I'm saying is, it's good that boxing has attracted the novice, but I believe the novice come because of race, not because of the sport, right?
Because
So
of race.
yeah, because of race, right? So
Okay.
when you get that element in there, and you get those stories. Boxing ain't number two different stories. Somebody got to play the villain. You know, we get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But why does it always have to be the black kid, man? He is a 23-year-old kid. Yes, Lomachenko is a tactician. Lomachenko is a very high-skilled fighter. Lomachenko did great in that fight. But remember, boxing is 12 little battles that tallies to see who won the war.
Okay.
It's not the battles within the war that you chose and you got excited for and
Right.
you thought that you could win. You still got to judge each round separately. So what I'm saying is, if you even ended up hitting me 100 more times, but you dazed me in 2-3 rounds and you teed off on me to get that 100 more punches landed, still doesn't negate the other 9 rounds where I beat you.
Okay.
And I don't think the novice fan understands that.
You think the novice fan is looking at
They're
Devin
looking
being
at the
battered
most
in the 10th and
exciting
11th round? The
points,
most,
and
yeah.
because somebody was hurt more and I stunned you more, you won the fight. That doesn't go like that because rounds are judged on a singularity scale. Round 1, oh, it's boring. Round 2, even though it may be boring, somebody won that round, which makes a tally output of a score.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, and that's added. It's not all together. It's added separately, right?
Okay.
So I think some people forgot that. When I watched the fight, from the appearance of it, Lomachenko was more aggressive at the end. But then when I saw the 12th round,
Dev won that round to me.
Dev won that round.
Clear.
Right? So even though he did have the kid hurt,
Yeah, he did. 10th and 11th round. Yeah.
He didn't put that little short left because he got great footwork. He was able to place it. And Dev couldn't figure a way to get out of that left hand way. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the endurance helped Dev out because he got to the 12th round. Lomachenko just didn't have enough fire in his tank to win it. And by all the scorecards, if Lomachenko had won that 12th round, if he didn't take his feet off the brake, it would have been a draw.
Okay.
See, people don't understand that. A draw, how could it be a draw?
And
One
he
judge had it 112 because majority rules.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 judges have the identical score as a draw and 1 don't. Guess what, buddy? It's a draw.
Right.
I don't think fans understand even just because boxing is scored on that particular system. So I don't know, man. What I don't like is this. And I want everybody to know on your channel too, man. Don't ever let nobody tell you race doesn't matter, right?
Okay.
Race does matter. It matters in this country. This country's built off that.
For sure.
So it's okay because all of us have a set of biases, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the kid got a decision. And everybody say Lomachenko's supposed to win. Well, you know, it's a story behind that. Lomachenko was over there participating in the war, trying to defend his country. You know, that's great. So he comes with a great story.
And I think the story, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, the story of him, I think if the fight ended in round 8, Devin would have won pretty comfortably. I think Devin was ahead at that point, but Lomachenko, the smaller guy, came back and hurt Devin in the 10th and 11th round.
Yeah.
I think that story gets people excited. You know what I mean? The older guy, 35 years old, smaller guy.
It's like watching a Marvel movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what we're really waiting on? We're waiting for that shit to start going down. So you go through a lot of dialogue of the movie, everybody motherfuckers sleeping, and bam, the fight come on. Ah, that was a hell of a fight scene. Somehow they forgot they were bored for 2 hours.
Okay.
They just remember the exciting part. Man, that went off good. Man, it was a good fight. We all waiting for the end result. But remember, it's judged on a singularity scale. It's individual battles which tallies that wins the war. Well, that's what wins the war, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it was a robbery. That score, yeah, that one score was a little bit too
Well,
wide
116, 112. I said that was too wide. Yes, I agree.
I would have been satisfied. I wouldn't have been mad if Lomachenko had won by a point or two.
Right. I said I didn't have a problem.
that's what I'm saying.
But my problem is everybody acting as if Devin was dogged.
So a 23-year-old kid got to hear he was robbed and this and that. That wasn't no robbery.
No.
What did you watch? I watched Lomachenko do something he had never done before.
What's that?
I watched a young kid hit him so much in his body, his legs started to lift up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
But to fight, if you ain't got eyes like rest in peace to the great Roger Mayweather, you niggas don't know shit about boxing. You don't know shit about boxing. He was hurt to that body, man.
He was.
I watched him lift that leg up a couple times. That young boy hurt him, man. So what happened in the rematch? Here's where you get confused about rematches. Rematches give the studious individual time to go make a great analysis of what happened and adjust. Lomachenko can't win a rematch against that young boy.
Why you say that?
That young boy's younger. That young boy's seen what I seen. They seen that leg lift up a couple times.
Okay.
They seen him not have enough energy to finish the fight. They seen him try to start earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Lomachenko's a great tactician. Great. But the only thing that worked for Lomachenko in that fight was this, which was a great ploy. He's savvy. He's one of the best boxers out there. His footwork to be able to step to the outside just a little bit to land that left straight. Bam.
Yes.
Devin couldn't get away.
He couldn't get away from it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if Devin's studious enough, got the right people around him, they're going to work on blocking that particular punch.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to focus more on hitting him to the body.
Okay.
And he's the younger fighter. He's the bigger fighter.
Yes.
So that's how things go. It's a chess match,
So I'll ask you this. You brought up race.
Yeah.
What was your saying? How does that play out?
This what I don't like. And I know a lot of fans won't agree with me. They don't. You see, we supposed to live in a country called the United States of America. But everything seems to be united except the black male. Everything's united against the black male. Even the black male is united against the black male.
Okay.
Why do you say that? Because the young kid fought his heart out. He won the battle. Well, we just tell him the truth. Why blacks always got to be the one to keep it real? I watched Floyd Mayweather sweep that boy Canelo Alvarez.
Right.
And the judge gave Canelo the fight by 4 points.
C.J. Ross. I remember that. Yes.
I didn't hear not one Latino person say it was a robbery.
Correct.
And I'm not saying it to be divisive. I'm just saying you got to learn how to hold your pocket.
So I ask you this.
Stay in pocket. Because race matters.
Mm-hmm.
They already put a narrative out. Because you got some unskilled fighters. We fight Mexican style and brawl fight that's more appealing to people. That's not boxing, not sweet science. So now the narrative is the black fighter's not excited. He can't sell. Man, we created this. We made this knuckle game famous.
And see now, as you saying that, sorry for cutting you off. I made a video talking about Shakur Stevenson. I'm a fan of that young brother's style. But him going out there, Lomachenko got robbed, woo woo. I said now, that this is my problem with this. Mm-hmm. Shakur is not a knockout artist. He wins by the sweet science. Right. There's going to be a situation where he's going to fight a guy who is elite. And they're going to say that Shakur, because he did not knock him out, or if it was a close fight, because he's not a knockout artist, they're going to put him in the same situation. He's a black fighter that used that slick style to hit and not be hit. He's not a toe-to-toe guy. And that criticism can come right back on him, and he doing that to Devin.
Here's the thing here. This is chess, man. This is mental warfare. And we got too many African descended people out here who don't know the rules of the game. This is a game being played. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The game is being played on the field, in the ring, outside of the ring, and daily. The narrative of the African American fighter who made the knuckle game what it is that he can't be exciting. He not famous. Do you see our past fighters? How could you say that? You rather see two ill-equipped, non-skilled motherfuckers beating each other brains out for your excitement and think that's the sweet science? That's not the sweet science.
Right.
To be at the ace, the pinnacle of the game, you got to be well equipped. Look at Tyson Fury. You got to be well equipped in this knuckle game, man.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't just that motherfucker who do this all day. He gonna lose, man. Canelo Alvarez don't fight like that. Who's criticizing him? Lomachenko don't fight like that.
He doesn't.
Who criticized him? Whoever said that he wasn't exciting? Whoever said that he couldn't say it?
Yeah.
So the selling point is just like this. Now, it's not racial. I don't want nobody to think it's racial. Eminem is a top lyricist. One of the best to ever do it. But his fractional talking point is not conclusive to the average urban black kid.
It's not.
You follow what I'm saying?
It's not palatable to
Right.
us.
So when Redman was doing something almost identical as that, he wasn't that famous. Look at Jeremy Lin, can have 2 great weeks and he blew up. When you got brothers who play like that every day, and you think race don't matter? It matters, bro.
So I was going to use this as a talking point to me of what I saw. There are...
And not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Shakur Stevenson has rebutted what he said.
He has.
A lot of them. You know why they rebutted what he said? Because some OG done told them, this is chess, not checkers. You got to watch what you say. They've been told. Somebody's corrected them. Now they saying, oh, it was closer than what I thought. Oh, and you ain't getting that many rebuttals.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. And I said that was going to happen after they come back and watch their fight.
It looks bad. And somebody told them, that looks bad, man. That looks bad. It is what it is. It is what it is. Stay intact.
Yeah.
You got fighters trying to get fights and fighters trying to be on pay-per-view. You got fighters trying to make a living and be the top of the pinnacle of the sport. You're hurting them with your rhetoric.
Yeah, you are. You are. And I said this, because it's a lot of racist individuals who did not like Gervonta Davis, who complained about Shakur being boring. Now they want Devin. I want Tank to get you. I want Shakur to get Devin. I want Tank to get him. I said, now you fans of Tank and Shakur now? Because you don't like Devin that much now? Now Devin is public enemy number 1. And I think the young brother should embrace being a villain, honestly.
Ask me, out of the 3 fighters you just named, Shakur Stevenson, he's the only one that ain't get really tasted that belt like that at that weight class. You got Tank, who's the cash cow.
Yes.
Because Tank, and nobody Tank's the cash cow?
Knockout power.
Now, it ain't just that. His image is more relatable to us.
Street
so
dude.
Spend money.
Yes. Street dude coming from nothing. You're right. Yeah.
It ain't about color. It's about being more relatable.
Yeah.
So I tell the masses of people who order pay-per-view to cheer for their countrymen. Do you really like your countryman? Or you just want to see because he's going against somebody else, you want to see what happens?
Right.
I'm waiting to see Canelo's pay-per-view numbers down in Mexico. I bet you there wasn't nothing. I bet you. But when he fight a black fighter, that brings out that racial tension. Everybody there cheering. We got sports is supposed to be beyond that. It's supposed to be beyond that. And that's what I'm saying. So out of them 3 fighters right there, if they're not fighting each other, if they fight anybody that's non-African descendant or African American, they're gonna always be booed and be the villain. I bet you. I bet you. And the only one who can get him out of that rut is Tank because he carries the weight. He can go fight in Atlanta.
Right.
He can go fight in places where he's the draw. Washington, D.C., Atlanta. He don't have to curtail his fight knuckle game to Vegas.
True.
He don't have to do that. You follow what I'm saying? He's always going to be good.
So, in my opinion, I love all 3 of them young brothers. I love watching them fight. They're extremely skilled. I think they're the future of boxing for sure. But people going at Devin crazy, tanking, what you call it. I said Devin got the best resume to me at 135.
If styles make fights, man, and black folks, man, the young blacks and blacks who don't, they're more aggressive. Everything they want is microwave. They're aggressive. So that style works. Why people will like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan style. They're attracted to that aggressiveness. You know what I'm saying? And that's, but I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
So
And I love Tank.
He's always going to lose that war. Because he ain't bending guys over. He's not knocking them out.
Right.
The knockout guy always gonna have.
Always.
But you see what I'm saying? That doesn't apply to other races. Lomachenko's not a knockout guy, but he'll pack the house and sell it all the time.
Okay.
He's a boxing moving guy.
Yeah.
Why that same stigma don't apply to him? Why he ain't been? Why that doesn't apply to him?
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tyson Fury wasn't knocking everybody out until he got with Sugar.
Yeah. Sugar Hill.
Told him, man, you're 300 pounds. You got to go in for the kill.
Yeah.
So he adjusted his knuckle game from a trainer's point of view. Before then, what was he doing? Moving around?
Sticking and moving, yeah.
But everybody loved him. Everybody loved the boy from the MMA, the Sterling Floyd style, walking around, bossy, arrogant.
Conor McGregor?
Floyd did it. He's such an arrogant prick. He's a thug. He's this, he's that, he's that. So that's what I'm saying. We got to understand, and we got to stick together.
Right.
And we must stop pirating shit. We must pay for the paper.
Right.
Throw a fight party like the old days. Those brothers need those numbers because it's a war being fought that you can't see. It's a war being fought. Best fight in boxing. The best fight in boxing is Bud versus Spence. Now, if that fight don't do 3 million buys, you can't tell me it ain't racial. That means them other folks didn't buy the fight.
Right, because you saying we gonna buy the fight.
That means them other folks ain't bought the fight. The best fight in boxing. If they don't do 3 million buys, it proves my point. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Right.
It's going to prove my point.
So what do you make of this hate that Devin is getting now?
Ain't nothing wrong with being hated. The kid talks, he
talk cash.
Himself.
He talk cash.
That's going to make him.
Yeah.
So, from that point of view, you're going to make a lot of motherfuckers ain't going to like you, man. But you better be a bad motherfucker. You got to be a bad motherfucker. So, you gotta check your ass.
As I say, you got to sharpen the tools.
A lot of motherfuckers the wrong way,
yeah,
man.
for sure.
You got fucking the wrong way, man. I don't care what nobody say, man. That pride, man. You got motherfuckers who, I thought it was USA all day, baby. You let a motherfucker from across the border come over here and get more cheers and more support from a black man in his own hometown fighting on his own soil. I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
I got a big problem with that. That shows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather lived in Vegas his whole life, top fighter in the sport. Them motherfuckers, I've never seen them have the crowd
favorite. Yeah, I never seen him be the favorite. Ever.
How could that be?
Until he was fighting Andre Berto, a black man. Until he was fighting Andre Berto.
That was my point, man.
Yeah.
So, not to be racial, I just want all races to understand the natural, innate instinct that's within all of us bias. But we got to be more fair when we open our mouth.
Right.
When you start to project things like that, we need to become fair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need to become fair. It's either we become fair or we all stick together, ball in.
True.
Point blank. And to see other fighters, yeah, man, I watched fight, man, look like he got raw.
Yeah, I seen Nelly and them talking about he was not the better man.
Undisputed champion, youngest ever in this era. Come on, man. Have some respect for your brethren. Don't open your mouth like that. I've never seen nobody else do it.
All of them coming out the woodwork. Oh, it was a robbery. It's a robbery.
That Willie Lynch chip. we quick to dissect somebody.
All for us to look like I'm being fair. I'm being a fair guy.
Everybody else got that vibe. I don't give a fuck, man. Yeah, I'm a student of the sweet sign. I've loved it. I've watched it for 90% of my life. It's my favorite sport. I know who my favorite is in my mind. But just for camaraderie's sake, I got a USA black man all day.
You hear me?
That's just what it is.